Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Drifters, Season 1, Episode 2, Scabies. Yes, they had scabies. So, Drifters was a really good British comedy show that I remember watching a couple of years back on Amazon. It's on the Roku channel app thing now. And it's about these three women who are just fresh out of college and they're basically just drifting from one job to like another, trying to make ends meet, trying to find their way in the real world, which can be really hard, especially when you get out of college. And the show was created and stars Jessica Cabinet. And she plays Meg. And she is like fresh out of college. She's living at home with her parents. Well, after college, she went back to her parents and they kind of didn't want her there. And so she decides she's going to live with her ex-boyfriend, who she does not like no more, but he is like obsessed with her. And it co-stars Lyda Rose Booley. She plays Bunny. Bunny is the cousin of Meg and is super horny. This woman is constantly getting herself some. And she does this weird thing when she wants a guy to get into it. She starts like sucking her thumb and talk baby talk. And but this woman is like she gets herself some. But she's kind of like the comedic relief of the dumb character and stuff. Meg is kind of like the show's kind of based around more like Meg, and her trials and tribulations. But then we have Lauren O'Rourke, and she plays Laura. And Laura is kind of like the main one. She's dating this one guy, but she cheats on him, and she's so rude and sarcastic and stuff. And I think it lasted for 4 seasons, I think. I think the last season was 2019. And I remember when I was just surfing through Amazon looking for something to watch. 'Cause sometimes that can be hard on Amazon Prime. I just remember seeing the logo, oh, the logo with the picture poster of them with those yellow tracksuits. And I'm just like, that looks interesting. And like, who are the attractive women and stuff? And then I just watched it and it was just like hilarious. And it's very edgy humor because it's Britain. So stuff. I mean, talking about an episode about scabies. I mean, come on now. And so it starts off with the ladies. They're working at like a cell phone place. And Bunny and Laura, they're dressed like very like sultry, slutty and everything. That's the way they have to dress like cops. And then Meg is dressed as a smartphone. And so then a guy walks up and he just starts talking to Meg, which pisses off Bunny and Laura. They're kind of like, dude, we're the one dressed like sluts, and he's talking to the cell phone. So he works his magic and he gets like Meg's number. Meg is very surprised by this. And so it's kind of like you can tell the kind of dude that he is. He's like this sophisticated type dude, and he's not going after the ones that are like dressed like revealing. He wants the one who's kind of like dorky and stuff. So they have their first date. But before that, Laura sees that she has scabies and everything, so they go to the clinic. And the pharmacist is all no the clinic the pharmacist and the pharmacist thinks she wants the morning after pill. Lord have mercy. That's what she normally wants, but nah. And so everybody's worried they might be contagious, stuff like that. And so Bunny comes up and she's all like, I'm depressed. And she's reading like a pamphlet and she's reading everything on the pamphlet and pretending like she has every symptom, but she doesn't. See, the whole thing is that when she saw Laura got a lollipop for her scabies, she's all like, well, she thinks in her head she wants a lollipop. So she pretends to have like an illness so that she can get a lollipop and everything. Like, what the world, man? Meg is on her date. And the thing about Meg thinks she's a very hilarious woman. And I think she starts asking that dude, what's your favorite something? And he said like his shillelagh and everything. I think she yells out the word vagina or cunt or something like that, which embarrasses him. Then she orders oysters, only to reveal that she doesn't like it. So when she slurps it up, talking about how she has many skills with her mouth, she slurps it up only to spit it back in. And he's just kind of like, "Did you just spit that back in?" She's like, "Yes, no." Then she tries to do it again and spit it right back in. And it's just like she's bombing big time on this date. And I forgot what happens that embarrassed him so much. She reveals she lives with her ex-boyfriend. Pretty much that ended the date. But she does something that's so embarrassing that I forgot what it is. And it just to the point where he's just like, I gotta go. Because I remember she yelled at the waiter. He kept like, refilling her water. Thing about her, she's like tall, she's dorky, she's very attractive, but she's very dorky. And she just thinks she's so hilarious. You know, one of those type, you know. So she's always blowing it left and right. And so like she's hanging out with the rest of the girls at one point. And so they're all dressed up and everything, and they're like walking about town, and they see like a building, like a club, and a bunch of people. So they think there's a party there, so they want to crash. So they waiting in line to pay like the fee and everything. But then they see like these guys cut ahead, and so that angers them until um Bunny overhears a phrase that gets them into like the club. They just say they're there for Eddie or something like that. So they're there, um, they're mingling and everything. Poor Laura, her scabies is getting worse and worse. To where she's itching and bopping around on the dance floor. So it looks like she's dancing, but she's really scratching and stuff. Oh boy. So then Meg is talking to this one guy, and he's the brother of Eddie, and then it is revealed that they're not at a party at a club, they're at a wake because Eddie committed suicide. Meg looks around, sees everybody dressed in black, and it's like, ah, crap. She goes over to Bunny, but Bunny doesn't really believe her, and then she starts singing karaoke and everything, all these depressing songs for the people. She has a lovely singing voice and everything. I'm like, oh my god, like she's just singing song after song of like depressing song, and then so she tells Laura and everything. But then she gets like a text from like the dude on the date, and he just kind of like, maybe I overreacted. Can we try this again? But then she goes back over to the dude who's like Eddie's brother, and he's like crying, and he's all like, "Don't leave me, Meg." He's all like, "I need you here," and everything. My brother is dead, and she's all like, "Oh, but I have to go," and everything. And then he starts to reveal what he wants. He wants a BJ. Because he's going to make him feel better to get over his brother. Like, what the world? And Laura's just making like a hand gesture with her mouth. So Meg decides she's going to give this dude a helping hand. And she goes back to his place. She's under the covers and she's blowing. And so then he falls asleep. And he's young. I don't know why he fell asleep. But then when he wakes up, he hears his roommate, so he sneaks her out. And so as she's walking, first she's all happy and smiling because she just did a good thing. But then you see her expression starts to get like really sad, and she starts crying because now she feels used, or she thinks that he might have a girlfriend, and or just embarrassed to have her there and stuff. But either way, she starts crying. But then she starts to feel sick, and she throws up in like a garbage can dumpster. And wouldn't you know it, there's like a bus that passes by. And who is on the bus? The dude who she went on a date with. And he sees her throwing up in the garbage can, just kind of like shakes his head. So then she reunites with her friends. And it's revealed that scabies is going around now. So now Meg has it. She has to go to the pharmacist to get some cream. And when we see the end scene, the dude is like checking his mail and he's scratching himself. All in all, like I said, this show has edgy humor. But when you watch this show, man, it's just hilarious. Like it's just I don't know, man. Like I was so glad when I started doing this whole streaming thing and watching shows from other countries, because it's like you get a new perspective on like how to laugh and everything. And British comedy is so much different than like American comedy. And it's like if you want to watch edgy humor like this, you'll have to go to Comedy Central and stuff. But over there, it's just like nonstop.